All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful evening.
Right, ladies and gentlemen.
That started off really.
I
That's
hope
me.
you're having a-
Yeah, that's me. But that was a good intro. But I do hope your evening is going great. I hope everything was good to start off the week. But once again, my friends, I am doing another live watch list. So if you are used to the normal watch list, I still have everything for you. We're going to go over what happened today. We're going to go over what we need to look out for tomorrow because there is actually an event. And then we're going to talk about something very big here to start off. We're going to talk about Jackson Hole. I think a lot of people both don't know what it is or they're overhyping it. And given that this is the main event on Friday, I thought I would use this live opportunity to give you guys a quick breakdown on Jackson Hole, talk about some of the history, and then still be able to go over the plays, the keys, and all of that good stuff. So we had all live watch list last week. It was a lot of fun. Even my guys on the recap, you know the vibes already. You were telling me you were feeling it. So honestly, man, I just really hope you guys learn from it. I hope this is a great way to get you the info, but you know the vibes. It's going to be the same watch list. You just got to bear with me as I say hello to the chat. So my recap people, you will have to kind of deal with some BS here a little bit, but for everybody, just don't forget, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/thestockmarket. I want you to understand how crazy that is our name, okay? Because we have been live for years. It's been over half a decade. We've been going live. We built up long-term portfolios and all of that. So like I'm saying, man, the market goes crazy. Everybody is going to be on this channel. But even when the market's not going crazy, if you want to stop by and ask a couple of questions, that's a good time to get some good questions in. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. I feel you. He feels me, baby. But now, yo, what's up, Chattadonia? Good evening. What's up, baby? What up, fam? What up? Oh, Andrea, Professor Yune, Johnny, Marv, Energy, Mr. Malone, Skinny FX, Vegas, baby. What up, Mr. STI? I see you, Subaru. What up, Brian Fierros, Jay Samuels, JG, baby. Youngblood, Tim Whitman, Edgar Granados. Go, baby. Shout out to Edgars, the Oscars, and everybody in between. What up, A-Shock? What up, produced by Jose, baby? Palm Tree Larry, El Chapato, Richard Judge, Turbo, Charlie Hardy, Yvonne, Big Curly, Zuraz, DK, the Physio. It's me. Yeah, it's me, Joe. It's me. Yeah, like the video. Like the make the video and like the thumbs on the up on the like video. So, Chattadonia, good evening, man. If I missed you, bear with me. I know I'm going to be here. We're going to be here all day, okay? Not all day, but, like, I've already been live for 7 hours, and now we're here. But we got a good live watch list. I'm very excited about the topic. And if you were there all day today, bro, I've been hyped all day, okay? I don't know if it's my diet. I don't know if it's the sunlight. I don't know what it is, but, bro, I was tweaking out all day today. We went 7 hours, and now I'm here on the watch list, and we got to turn up, okay? I don't know if we have an economic lesson. We might be able to get into it, but today's lesson, it is going to be on Jackson Hole. So are you guys locked and loaded? You all like the video? You all got your notepads out? Are you ready to start? 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it, my friends. So here's the deal. What is Jackson Hole and why is it important? So I'm going to be straight up with you, okay? Here's the deal. This is my answer, and then we're going to get really deep. I'm going to give you a simple answer, and then we are going to go into the history of it all. But in my opinion, Jackson Hole is an event that has been hijacked by Wall Street and the financial media to get more views and to shill into the liquidity, okay? I think the end of summer and NVIDIA earnings are going to be more important than this. Believe it or not, coming into this event, the irony about Jackson Hole is that we used to care about it more because we would hear from other central bankers as opposed to, like, Jerome Powell. Does that make sense? It used to be that we cared more about the other people that were going to be attending the event, but nowadays it has become about Powell. So this is what I told you guys yesterday. Here is the deal. It has only become an event because last year or 2 years ago, 2022, Jerome Powell borderline broke the market. We did good. I have a video on my Insta. I think we made like 30 grand or 60 grand in that 2 weeks. Last time Jerome Powell went crazy at Jackson Hole. It was a absolutely wild event. And ever since then, everybody is like, oh my gosh, Jackson Hole, Jackson Hole, Jackson Hole. But here's the deal. Are you guys ready for some history? Jackson Hole has actually occurred before the 80s. It was in the 70s that Jackson Hole started. So it was this event. There is a nice little Wikipedia page, but here's the deal. Do you know why they go to Jackson Hole? If you don't know what a Jackson Hole is, it is not related to Mpox. It's nothing like that. But what Jackson Hole is, it is a place in Wyoming. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. This is where they hold this conference. Again, it's a 3-day annual international conference hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas, and all of the central bank people from around the world come. But why did they choose Jackson Hole, Wyoming? Believe it or not, they chose Jackson Hole because of Volcker. You ever hear about Volcker and Powell becoming like Volcker? Well, yeah, guess what? Paul Volcker wanted to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming because he preferred the water for fly fishing. This is not a joke. This is a fact. So this is what I'm saying. To understand this event and why everybody's freaking out, this is what I want you guys to get. 3-day event. Everybody from around the world comes. It's hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. It started around the late 70s, early 80s. And why they decided to go there, they used to do it in other locations, but then they came to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because Mr. Volcker, the guy who raised the rates and did all of that, he liked the fishing out there. So they're like, hey, if I'm going to be out here for 3 days, the Powell at the time was like, I better be able to fish. I know, you can't make this up. But now here's the deal. Are you ready? This has been going on for a while. 1984, they used Jackson Hole to talk about causes of inflation. 2016, they talked about central bank and financial stability. 2018, they talked about the tech giants in the economy. 2020, 2022, they talked about raising rates and not based off projections and inflations, and then there will be pain. This is a very, very wild thing because what I want you guys to realize, this has been going on every year pretty much from the 70s. But here's the best part. If you actually go to the Kansas Fed and you go to their timeline, what do you notice? 1978, 1982, and again, it's telling you all of the big events at every Jackson Hole throughout history, right? So here's the deal. Look at even on the Fed website, kansascityfed.gov or .org. This is their website. This is the official host of Jackson Hole. It's not that it's decades of effery. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's a normal event. It's an event. There's going to be information. People are going to be able to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a sham, but it's not like this is an event that causes major market moves. That's why I'm telling you guys, financial media is just trying to use the recency bias to hustle you and get you active and buying puts and calls and looking for plays and reading every article that's about Jackson Hole, all of it. Again, my viewers are going to double during Jackson Hole. Everybody is using this as an opportunity to take advantage of the hype. But yeah, look at on the Fed website, look at 2005, 1990, there was between 2005, 15 years. There was not one big event caused by Jackson Hole. 2 years later, yeah, you get another one. Then 13 years later, then 2 years later, then ta-da, here we are today. So what I'm trying to tell you is that can Jackson Hole be extremely important? Yeah, because that's what happens when you bring all of the top central banks from around the world together into the same room for a 3-day event. Again, even in 2020, even that's what a lot of people don't realize. Even in 2020, guess what? Your boy Ueda, or at the time, who was it? Oh, not Ueda. Kazuo. Oh, wow. How did I already forget him? Oh, I'm mind farting. So not Ueda. Who is it? He was there forever. Kuroda. I think it was Kuroda. I think. I'll have to double check how good my memory is. But even then, he was at 2020. So Bank of Japan, what we were just dealing with and everybody freaking out, yeah, even in 2020, homeboy was actually talking about cutting rates while everybody was trying to raise the rates. So it's very wild, but why I want you guys to understand this, again, if you're not getting it, it's a 3-day event that all these central bankers go to, and they talk about policy, and at times, again, there's been big focuses, and it wasn't until 2022, that was the first one they did in person since 2020, but in general, unless Powell really wants to drop a ball, it's not going to be much, and chances are you are going to overhype things rather than not. But now here's the problem. There is nothing else this week. So that's what we're saying, like the big event is Jackson Hole, but now coming to the Keys now, man, this is kind of the problem. We have nothing going on till Friday, but you are watching the market react a little bit. So I do think Thursday night, Friday, Bank of Japan, then Powell, that's going to be the 1-2 punch. But I was saying this all day and even on the watch list, I don't think this is going to be a big week. I hate to break it to you. I don't think it's going to be a big week because there's not really much. And what people have been talking about is the fact that the data has showed a recovery while not highlighting anything breaking. People are feeling really good after extreme volatility. So I don't think anything is going to really move us much. We do have some data tomorrow. We'll talk about it. But as far as today, you probably noticed yesterday, all we did was melt up off of nothing. And then today, the bonds went up and we saw a lot of different reactions. But I was surprised. Do I really dislike Kamala? And do I think she's awful and you're brainwashed if you're voting for her? I do. I'm sorry. Not really. You could forgive me or not. That's up to you. But even though I don't like Kamala, I was surprised today that I did see people talking about this is why we had a little bit of friction on the day. People were talking about over the last couple of days. We even have the DNC live right now. The market is starting to take policy more seriously the more we hear it from Trump and Kamala, whatever her name is. Because, again, as her odds go up of winning, when she starts talking about policy, you might be getting people reacting. And this is what I was surprised. I saw analysts talk about it today. They were talking about her bringing up 28% corporate tax, 44% capital gains, and then she is bringing back, she supports the unrealized capital gains, but it's only on the billionaires, but that's a slippery slope. So again, all of these things, raising the corporate tax, higher capital gains, and now bringing back this idea of the unrealized capital gains, surprisingly, there was a little bit of reaction. So what I want you to do is just pay attention. The more we hear from Kamala or Donald and the odds move around, just remember, kind of like the Trump trade a couple weeks ago, it might open up these little pockets to make these volatile plays if people overreact. When it comes to Trump, when it comes to Kamala and reacting to the plays, I think you should inverse the overreaction. If people get too scared off of Kamala, I would inverse it. If people get too scared off of Trump, I would inverse it. And then, ta-da. No, I think, so that's the thing. Kamala, a lot of it is for the top end. I'm not sure. Again, her tax rate on capital gains, I think she does want to raise it and raise it especially higher for the rich people, but she is doing the billionaire tax where she wants to finally tax, and I say finally because they've been there for 4 years and never did it, but she's talking about taxing unrealized gains on only billionaires, people with an extreme, I think, a certain net worth. Those are the ones who would get taxed. But I'm not a big fan because I think, although I'm not a billionaire, I do think it is a slippery slope. Explains why Buffett made his move. Yeah, but he would still get taxed. He's getting taxed on everything. So, but here's the deal. Whatever, you make up your opinion. If you want to be brainwashed or not, like I just shared with you, there's ways you could play it. I don't care who you vote for. I would inverse the extremes, but the fact of the matter is that the market is starting to respond a teensy bit every time your girl's odds are going up and every time your girl brings out policy. Same thing with Donald Trump as well. So watch out for that. That's the first key, and that's literally what we got today because we didn't really move at all, and it was kind of weird considering how bonds got a bid and everybody was feeling good, but that was the first thing. But now, coming into tomorrow, there is going to be the Fed minutes this week, but surprisingly, I'm not worried about that. The only event for tomorrow, it's going to be the jobs revisions, and it's not your typical revision. So every time the jobs comes out, they revise the last month. Tomorrow, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they are going to be releasing a new seasonal baseline. You know how they do seasonal adjustments? Well, tomorrow they're going to release the metrics to which they're going to be adjusting seasonally. So this is going to change some things. That's why people are talking about it. It could be a big deal because you're about to find out, well, maybe the jobs were higher or lower, but here's the deal. I don't think it's going to be a big deal tomorrow unless there is an absolutely massive number. But here's the deal with all of it. Are you ready? No matter what the revisions say, nothing really changes. The revisions tomorrow, they're going to be more useful for the next jobs data because it's going to let you know kind of how to apply it, right? Because then you're going to know, oh, shit, if this is what they're changing, then the next jobs dollar, it's going to be there. It could be an excuse to gap. I mean, don't get me wrong, or I don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like real fundamental if you want to understand this or whatever the fucking market. Again, I'm pretty much out of the short term. So that's all like the beauty of a lot of this analysis. If you want to deal with whatever the market gaps and craps, and that's just all crackhead activities. But I do think fundamentally to understand the yield curve and where policy is going and the shift, this data will be key, but it's just not coming home to roost just yet. But the ironic thing about it is that no jobs changes tomorrow. So even though it will change and have more importance for creation in the future, literally, even if they revise the jobs up or down tomorrow, the irony is that no jobs are being created. Does that make sense? So if they go and revise the jobs lower for the last couple of months and say, based on seasonal averages, this is the new thing, it doesn't change. Like, no, you can't go back 3 months and unhire or hire people. That just means there was data that they had in the background that they'll count as a point or not. That's where it gets really weird. So the numbers can move, but literally no job creation is being affected. But the numbers will. That's the sad part about all of it. So this is the big deal for tomorrow, but unfortunately, in a week with Jackson Hole, I don't think it'll be much. But granted, like I'm saying, can the market move and can you get gaps? Yeah, fuck yeah. But I'm just saying, as far as like importance, and this is more along the lines of, yeah, it may give you a move, but you could easily unwind it or be right back where you started because we're still just playing the Powell game and waiting for Friday. So that is key number 2. And then finally, I hope you guys have observed this so far, but do you notice that the bonds and the yen keep climbing? So the last couple of days, we'll see what happens. But low-key, if this keeps going up there, I mean, eventually I think there will be an effect. Because remember, I was just telling you the last couple of weeks, there's a lot of things going on, but I'm like, wait a minute. If the bonds and yields kind of keep climbing, I do think something in the market is going to snap. Because that's it. There's limits to it, especially the yen. Bonds, that's another story, but the yen especially, if that thing keeps getting stronger, I mean, I don't think you're going to have this level of resiliency that keeps holding up as the heat gets turned up. So we will see. And again, I kept DVR on. So today your DVR is on. So if you guys do want to go back in the video, because some of you are asking me old shit, you would have to go back and go there. So I don't know where you're at there. Ticker for bonds. You could use, honestly, I would watch the yields. The yields will give you a good one, but I use /ZB, or I just go look at the yields. But if you want trades on the market, ETFs, TLT, IEF, and SHI, and then ZB or ZT on the futures. Again, ZT 2-year, ZB 30-year plus. But Chattadonia, that is it. I do think tomorrow, middle of the week, we'll see where it takes us, but everything is good to go. But now, let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I guess that's your question. I do have plays that I made today. Actually, before I get into that, this was the question we went over. Tell me, is there any questions? Is there any questions about tomorrow? Any questions about today? You tell me. Does the 10-year affect stocks at 3%? I think it does, but again, I mean, asking me what the 10-year is at in some of these bond questions, I think you guys know the answer. You could go check the 10-year yourself, but also, too, we've talked about that a lot. You know what's up, baby. You know what's up with it. How do you buy the Japanese yen? You could buy the ETF, the YCL or FXY is safer because it's less levered, or slash 6J on the futures. The list I posted for the long term, it's on youtube.com/the stock market, and then go to posts. How would you go buying the markets now? A little bit at a time with value. I just bought Whirlpool yesterday. I'm buying value. I feel very, like I was saying, man, like that's why I care about the data and I care about the market for my long-term and like mid-term assessment, but I don't really care about the short term. So it's not that scary on the long term right now. Like I'm saying, there's just so many names that are lower. And there's names that are at good deals, and they're names we all know about. Just start with those, and then I would wait till the names you really want that are hyped up. There will be a time where they'll come down, and then you're going to add those too. But definitely locking in some dividends and some of the main value. I mean, or the names again that are just trading at lows. Those are really, really good right now. Can the seemingly increasing frequency of gap filling be attributed to algorithms and general psych? Seems like clockwork. Yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys were on. I don't know. You would have had to be here, but I used to hate like technicals. Anything on a chart, was a lot of nonsense. But it was around last year or like 2 years ago that I just noticed how computer-driven the market was, and I started drawing out these horizontal lines, and that shit hits like clockwork. You know, I can't tell you where it's going to end up, but I could tell you where the next support and resistance will be every single time, like with a very good level of accuracy. You know what I'm saying? And that's nonsense. That's stupid shit. It's all computers. So that's part of stuff I don't like, but yeah. No, the lines are it's simple support and resistance. That's it. Highs and lows, it's just computers. That's it. It's not, I'm telling you, it's wild. No, there's no Fibonacci or anything like that. It's just like, it's not even anything great. It's not sophisticated. It's not special. And that's why I'm like, geez, bro. That's like kind of crazy. So yeah, no, I put all of these lines manually. None of these are computer generated. I put them on, but I think a computer is the reason why it happens. So yeah, I agree. All right, what else we got? Any final questions about the market tomorrow or anything else? You tell me. You tell me, and then we'll get into it. We already explained Jackson Hole. The chicken or the egg? Otherwise, we got a couple of plays, and then we could get back to the questions. And then plays on questions. So, yeah, if you have questions about a play, just save that for me if you can. That would be most appreciated. Are fundamentals real? Yeah, to a degree. The fuck? I just got an HOA email. My HOA. Did they get mad at me for tanning naked? That's funny. I have not heard Roaring Kitty rumor. He's actually been mad quiet lately. Am I worried about Japan rug pull? I'm not worried about it, but I think it's going to be a threat. But it's also an I like it a lot, man. I can't lie to you about it. I've done very well, even in the history. Remember the first short, but I said it today. Like I've kind of been quiet about it because like I made the plays after hours. I played that during that big night. I played big and I played good. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to flex it because I didn't have an opportunity to go live or even I did talk about it, but I was in and out even by the morning. But like, I'm not worried about the yen. I make a lot of money on the yen, so it's like I'm not really worried. I like it, to be honest. It's kind of sad because I don't want the market to get clapped, and I don't like, I don't want to benefit too much off of people's failure. But oh yeah. I'm not scared of it. I don't think you should be either too. I think you should be mindful, get a long term so you're good no matter what, and then that's it. And then you'll be good to go, baby. You'll be good. I'm on, baby. But all right, any final ones? China recovery. Wow. I think China again. I heard the last couple days again. Even their data today was awful. But China. I think China is going to do good once we start doing bad. But until that happens, China could keep getting worse. But I'm hoping that when it comes down to China, I'm hoping that I could benefit off of I don't think they're going to die too much. That's it. Like if everything die, they shouldn't die that much. It's kind of nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like they're already clapped. It's kind of like what's a way to describe it? It's kind of like an option that you bought for $1 and then it's trading at 5 cents. I'm not going to close out for a loss. I'm just going to hold that till expiration. Does that make sense? So I think China, but some people disagree. So China is bad, but I don't think China could get that much worse. I do think there's still downside, but don't underestimate. Financial markets usually go first, is what I'm trying to tell you. I think China priced in a lot of the downside early, and they already wiped out a lot of their wealth in the last decade or two. But yeah, so I do think it's a concern, but I do think it is somewhat limited when it's all said and done. So I'm more worried with the U.S. and Japan. Like that's what I'm saying. Like in a world where the United States and Japan are near record highs, I'm not scared of I'm not worried about China right now going down. Does that make sense? China, can it keep going down? Yeah. Can you lose another 30%? Maybe. But you're already near the floor. I'm worried about the UK. I'm worried about the United States. I'm worried about Japan. I'm worried about these places that are trading near the stratosphere and are now trying to go through this economic shift. That is where I think we have more problems than not. So, yeah, that's where I stand on that. So, great questions. We'll come back to some of the other plays, but now let us get into the plays. So, I'll give them all to you all at once. Target, this was the only play I made today. I did target puts and calls. So, we did 2 standard deviations, a little bit above. I grabbed the target 167 calls and then the 123 puts. I grabbed the calls. I made 10 cents a pop on the calls, and I sold out 9 out of 10 by close. I made one of them free, and then the puts, I lost 4 cents a put, and then I held one. So I ended up losing I think $30 or something like that. And then it ended up balancing out. I got to make money on both plays and then free options. So that was it. But that was my only play. But I do think target tomorrow, I would watch out for this. Again, watch out for the AM. And then I don't know if you guys saw it today, but Palo Alto, your boy Polyalti Networks, that thing, bro, was pricing in 9% and only was about 0.5% this morning. And then right off the AM, first 3 or 4 candles, stock moves 5% and then melts up another 2 or 3% the rest of the day. That's what you want to look for with Target. Because if you wake up and it doesn't move after pricing in a ton, options, calls, and puts will be maimed. Those will be clapped. And then from there, as it makes its continuation, I think there'll be a good risk to reward on a lot of those. So ideally, that would be the best one. But watch out to target either recovery or consumer failure. That could get people reacting a very, very certain way. So we'll see how that plays out. But that is the first play. Play number 2. This is the only one. And I don't know, man. Nick was talking about it on stream today, and it was a weird idea. But Redfin. So here's the deal. Redfin, you guys know we bought this in our long-term for $3, $3.40. So we got a killer long-term purchase. I literally bottom ticked Redfin in the long-term. Some of you in the chat got to buy it as well too. But I'm looking to sell covered calls. So here's the idea. What happened is that the last couple days, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Redfin has been surging through the roof. Okay? And why? It doesn't make sense. Look at even the volume, bro. The volume is even going through the roof on Redfin. One of the biggest volumes it's ever had. Why? So here's the deal. The earnings were bad. It shouldn't be going up. But it was the NAR settlement. Yeah, the real estate news. This whole like new real estate things and you have to have it in contract. Long story short, people thought Redfin and Zillow would get clapped by it. But now people are like, oh, hold up. NAR, National Association of Realtors. But now people are like, wait a minute. These online brokerages, or they're all brokerages. They already have a broker segment. And now they're going to find a way to like skim off the top with all of it. Because they can now. Because now they're like, oh, we'll show you a house. Yeah, Yen's up a quarter, but Yen was up 0.8 today. That's why it's big. So it's nonstop. Bonds are going up too, but definitely not as much. Open Door can benefit, but I'd be very careful. I think Redfin and Zillow, it's a pure play. If you offer a brokerage, then that's it. Open Door, I think, has a brokerage, but that's just because they buy people's houses. But until that comes out, until the other ones are there, then that's it. But other than that, man, it's Redfin and Zillow. The way people are looking at it, they're saying these apps now that have all the listings, they're going to find a way to turn all of these clients that the realtors are supposed to lose. That money should go to Redfin and Zillow through one-time fees or however else they want to do it. So long story short, change in real estate commissions is now bullish for Redfin and Zillow. In the last 2 days, these stocks have gotten a ton of inflow and gone up like 10, 15%. So I am looking for cover. Again, we already bought this in the long term. We literally bought this at $3. So we're caking on it. And what I'm looking for now is covered calls. So I was looking at the $20 calls for January. And I was saying, all right, if I sell these covered calls, I could get like $600 to $1,000 for the long term. So here's the deal. This is what I was thinking. Because they were like, well, Josh, they're like, why don't you want to sell the covered calls? And I was like, well, I think it could go higher. I remember these covered calls were going for a lot more, and I think Redfin can like fill the gap to like $13, and that's where I'd want to sell them, right? But here's the deal. It's like they asked me something really weird, and I didn't get it, but then I'm like, oh, it makes sense, because I just don't think like that. Because they were like, okay, if you think the covered call is going to go up, and you're not willing to sell the covered call and short it, they were like, Josh, why don't you buy it? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, why don't you buy it? I'm like, what do you mean buy it? I'm not talking about buying. I'm talking about shorting a covered call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about shorting a call to collect premium. And they're like, no, buy it. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Do you get it? So in my mind, I don't see it because I'm just thinking of risk to reward. Right now, I have zero risk. I'm up 200% almost on a stock. I'm trying to just maximize shorting the premium, collecting my premium, and then guaranteeing everything. No. They're talking about the option. So in my mind, I'm not thinking of taking on any risk. All I'm thinking of is selling a covered call and selling it up so high for enough premium that I don't have to even, that's it. I just chill. I'm thinking about maximizing it, but I'm thinking risk-free in my mind. Yeah, exactly. I think the stock, I do. I think the stock could go to 13. I think I'll be able to sell this contract for a couple of $100. I think at least $100 more. So they're like, why don't you buy it? But that's the thing. Even though this is my idea and I believe it, if I'm wrong, it costs me nothing. Y'all don't feel me. So it's an interesting take. If you want to put risk behind my idea, go ahead. But in my mind, I don't lose anything if I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, Redfin comes down, I still own my shares. Maybe I could sell covered calls later. Whoop-de-doo. I didn't get to sell a covered call. But then if it goes higher, and this is really big news and it goes to 20, I don't miss out. I'm actually making more money. So I have zero. I'm not thinking taking risk. In my mind, I'm like, how can I collect premium and, just kind of balance things out and capture some money. But I'm not thinking about going out and taking risk. Because if I'm wrong, I don't miss out on anything. Right? But if you want to, that's up to you. Exactly. If I go long, I could lose. If I short it, I can lose, but it's a win-win. But even then, like I'm saying, if you were there live, you got to see my reaction. Because I was like, what are you saying? I'm like, what do you mean buy it? But my mind, dude, I'm not thinking of taking on more risk. I'm not trying to add risk. I'm trying to collect premium, take my money, and still be in a win-win position. But I don't want to buy something and lose money. I'm thinking of how can I get more money or how can I guarantee more money on the upside. If the contract gets exercised, I'll have to sell the shares. So in this case, if it's $20, I would have to sell my shares at $20. But again, no matter what, I win. I bought the shares at $3.50. So even if I have to sell the shares at 20, I mean, I'm fine with that. I think I would make $10,000. They would buy my shares for $10,000, all 500, and then I paid like $1,100 for those shares. And here's the deal: I already collected like $500 or $700, I think, on another covered call on Redfin. I've already closed out Redfin covered calls for a profit. So we will see. So amen. But I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't like your comments, John. He said it ain't going to 20. I'm just banning you. All you said was you have 2 comments on this whole channel. That means you were banned on your other account. That's it. And then I had to time you out. Oops or whatever. I'm done with your questions. I should have told you. I don't really like telling you guys because it's just easier. But yeah, some of y'all distract me and I have no idea what the fuck you're saying sometimes. So that's it. We got to move on. But I am done with the watch list. That is all I have for you. Any questions? Was it 700? There's something, bro. I did good on it. But any questions, you let me know. You're behind. Oh, yeah, you will have to get back up there. Next level for MO, I think, is 53. And then I think after 53, sadly, I think we start talking 60s. Or maybe like 58, I think. I'm still in TNXP. I made $1,200 on Monday. Down $1,000 on a way bigger position today, but I'm still holding it. You could finally watch delayed. I put on the thing to allow it because you guys requested it last time. You said on the watch list you want the DVR. So I said run it. I got you. What was it? Somebody asked me about something right now. Not TNXP. What was I looking up before that? Oh, MO. I wanted to look at the levels. JD. It could have been earnings. But again, China's shit was getting bad. But yeah, I think 52 is the next one and then 53. Oh, shit. Yeah, so 53.50 or 52.50, then 53.50, then 54.50, and then 56.50. It likes the 50 cents. Walmart selling JD to make cash flow. That could be it. I have a bunch of I have a bunch of covered calls. I even put out a reel. It was like mistakes on covered calls. There's very simple rules. I'm telling you, as long as you don't sell covered calls below the price you paid and you sell it at a heavy premium and then you make sure it's paying you more than the risk-free rate, you're good to go. And that's way easier than you would think. You talked about buying leaps on Mag 7. I talked about not buying leaps. So I don't know if that's a genuine question or if you're a bot with an agenda. Forgive me. I'm not trying to judge you, but hopefully you see why. Because I said the opposite. I said don't buy Mag 7. I said it's here and there. I said if somebody wants me to, I could tell you which I like, but realistically, I do like the shares. I said only buy the leaps on the names that you know are really going to move insane. Those are the only ones you'll make money on. Like Meta, Nvidia, after a rocket run, those did good. But Airbnb and go look at, there's a lot of names. Like even AMD leaps and some other ones, they did not perform as good depending on how much time it played out. So leaps can be very effective if you buy a growth name and you know it is going to go insane. Then I would buy the leaps. Otherwise, I think a lot of you are cheating and you will pay for it. Trust me, you will reap what you sow. If you want to spend 3 years putting in a large amount of money to own the right to a stock and not actually own it, you will have to pay for it. Unfortunately, you may get lucky, but even then, even if you get lucky, if the same situation, here's the deal. Let me show you. This is a very simple way to explain leaps. Where is that? I still have the Uber covered calls. They're clapped. I could have closed them on the dip. Remember, I think Ernest closed them. I probably should have, but I still have a lot of time, so I'm not really tripping on them. But here's Meta. So Meta, I am up 461% on the calls. Why? Because I bought Meta at $93. So did a lot of you because I was on stream and I sent out a text message and I said this is a good deal. Even though Wall Street told you it wasn't and sold the stock down to 93, I liked it. So I bought Meta in 2022 for $93, as did a lot of other Chads with me. So God bless you all, right? So here's the deal. If you bought that stock when I bought it, you made 460%. You could have turned $2,000 into $10,000 on shares. Wow, that's amazing, right? So here's the deal. If you bought a leap, instead of making $10,000, you would have probably made $20,000 to $50,000 off of the same investment. So here's the deal. You buy the shares, you make 500%, $2,000 into $10,000. If you bought the leaps at the same time and Meta made one of the biggest moves in history, yeah, you would have made like $30,000 to $50,000. You would have made way more, right? But now here's the deal. That only would have happened because look at this chart. So if it didn't happen like that and Meta went up, went down, and then it stayed, 2 years later, just stayed at the same price, or even if it went up 50% after 2-3 years, those leaps will not make you money, but the shares will either be worth something, what you paid, a little less, or probably more. Ta-da! Do you get it? The leaps work very good if the stock moves aggressively and big. If it goes up, you're going to profit off of it immensely, and you're going to love it. But if the stock spends time, like here's the risk. Are you ready? Here's the deal. The story's not over yet, even what I'm telling you now. So mark this video. We'll come back to it. Because in 2 years or another year, If Meta comes back down to the 300s and then you run out of time and those contracts aren't in the money, or even if some of them are at the money, some of them will expire worthless. So like I'm telling you, Airbnb, we bought leaps here. Like literally at the bottom in 2022. And the stock went up $60. But since it did it in 2 years and took so long, those leaps gave me my money back. I broke even. I lost like $100 or something stupid. Yeah, and again, I'm telling you, if you bottom ticked from $100 to $170, you would have still lost on a leap. Because if the stock goes up, but it doesn't go up really fast, and it doesn't stay up, those leaps are going to get washed. That's why I'm saying the leaps are leverage. If you want leverage, know what you're giving up. But that's what I'm saying. If you're tired of your money being wasted, and like I'm saying, bro, like look at this. I have accounts, ups and downs, but like, bro, this long term just grow and grow. And it's like that money's there. My money is never leaving. I will always own Meta shares. So do you see what I'm saying? So, ta-da. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I would stay away from the leaps unless you know something. Unless you really are like, nah, this shit's going to hit. I know damn well this is too cheap. And honestly, I would buy leaps after I bought equity. You know what I'm saying? So if I like believed in something, I would buy the shares and then I'd wait a little bit. And if I really felt the same way, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm buying the leaps. But even then, it's still risky because like I'm telling you, the stock market has showed if anything slows down, any volatility, you go from melting up to volatility and then we spend a year doing nothing, you're done. That's it. You have to realize if you buy a 3-year leap and the market comes down, and even if it comes back up, but if that whole process takes 2 years, 3 years, all of your money is washed. That's it. You're not going to get anything. I promise you. Maybe Chinese tech, yeah, but here's the deal. What happens if you buy the Chinese tech? You go buy Baba Leaps, right? And then Baba rips up to 140, but then comes down, and then it doesn't move more than $10-20 in a year. Then you're going to get clapped. Or if it rips, drops, and then sells off on the final 6 months, then you're clapped. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, so you got to, you have to, like, here's what I'm trying to tell you. I want you guys to understand it. Do I think you should buy them or not? That's up to you. I don't really care, you know, but I do want you to understand the deal with the devil that you are making. That's all. Whether you want to sign on the dotted line, that's up to you. I truthfully, honestly, I don't give a shit. I really don't. You want to buy a leap? You want to not buy a leap? Look it, bro. Every year, I still have a long term. My life is great. The Chads who are listening to me, they're going to be like, no, I got a long term, Josh. Look at that. Wow, I don't care. Trust me, even if you lose on it and you're like, oh, I bought a leap, only one who's going to feel bad will be you. Only you will suffer that burden, okay? So truthfully, I just want you to understand the deal with the devil. That's all I'm trying to help you guys understand. Do you feel me? I want you to understand, what do you get if it works? What if you get if it doesn't work? Why do you go with this? That's why I'm saying, like, you got to really think about the long term. If all else fails, will you wind up with shares? If you're worried about that, go with the shares. If all you care about is the gain, then yeah, go with the fucking leap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super, super duper simple. But that's why I'm like, it's just, you got to understand what you're giving up. And I think a lot of people have made the mistake thinking that leaps are guaranteed, or they're like, oh, if it just goes up, I'll make money. No, you won't. You're signing a very specific deal. You need to get in the money, and you need to get in the money to pay for years of premium. That's the other part. That's where people are forgetting. It's not only get in the money, but you need to make enough money to pay 2-3 years of premium. And like I'm saying, in certain situations, that's a deal you want to take. You get what I'm saying? In the right situation, that's a deal you should sign on the dotted line. Voila, beautiful. But in a lot of scenarios, that's not a deal you should be taking 9 out of 10 times. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. And that's where you got to really, really think about it. What about selling leaps? I would only do it if it was a credit spread. I wouldn't sell a naked leaps because, again, you could still get washed on it. But ideally, I sell leaps when I do my covered calls. I like selling the premium. That's what I do. But I only do it if it's covered and I'm guaranteed to win. Thoughts on the B of J? Well, we're going to hear on Thursday, Friday. That'll be big. But I think the B of J is a big deal. I think if they move too much, the rest of the world moves too much. If they do it gradually, they could get out of it without disturbing anybody. But I do think it's one of those, it's a macro headwind that we have to really all start thinking about almost at every corner. Will you bring back the ghetto dividend, selling premium, and proceed? I remember I was going to do it with Airbnb, but I need the right play. But yeah, I'm down. I'm very, very down with the ghetto dividend. Everyone love a ghetto dividend. You know what I'm saying? What up, fader, trader? And remember, guys, this is not the live channel. So if you do go into the YouTube tomorrow and you're not a member, I mean, it'll make sense. It'll make sense. Get it? Would you sell Pfizer if it ripped to 200 in 3 years? If I had something to buy, but no, probably not. Because I want that dividend, bro. You gotta think about older you. Because if Pfizer rips to 200 in 3 years, and it's a dividend stock, and you mean to tell me that thing holds up and is sustainable 10 years, 20 years from now, you're going to be like, wow, I really, really wish I had an expensive dividend stock paying that divvy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'll be another IRM. IRM is crazy. And we have that one. But it's a nutty concept. You and then think about it, man. Are you ready? Like, bro. And do I don't know, people might be dramatic. I think she's crazy. I think she's a nut job, and I think if you support her blindly, I don't even want to be her friend. Like, sadly. But I don't think it's going to necessarily happen, but humor me, right? Just in case. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you got to really, really think about it. What happens if the currency gets debased? Even if Donald does it, who knows? What if Donald's the Trojan horse? What if Donald Trump spends, because they're both going to do it, but Kamala especially. But if they go and dump a bunch of money, tax all these things, do price controls, right? And people are talking, and AI and all of this, right? All those things happen. What the fuck am I going to do with $1? At the very least, my long term will translate into whatever they're on. Better yet, let me give you another extreme tinfoil. What if we pivot to a new currency? You see how crazy this is? You see how nuts I'm starting to sound? But hear me out. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. This is why you want to own assets. Because do I believe these things will occur? It doesn't matter. But because if it did happen, none of us will miss out on it. Do you get that, right? That's why I don't care. You don't have to be a nut job. I don't have to prepare for the rapture. But if it did happen, I'm winning. Do you get it? You see this long term? Do you see this long term that I'm showing you? This is for all of you. You will all be protected. Because think about it. What if one day they put in Kamala institutes all this weird shit, give it a couple years. There it is. The Greatest Depression. Kamala Camelinism. That's it. She destroys the world. And then they replace it. They say the dollar's done. We got to make the Camela coin. And then they make the Camela coin to replace the dollar. Right? Are you following me? And again, this is not real. This is all conspiracy. But I'm trying to give you an example of why I value my long term so much. Imagine they replace the dollar somehow. The dollar collapses and they go to Camela coin. Right? So what happens to the dollar? The dollar is now worthless. All of your money is worthless. But thankfully, the stock market, everybody, once the media gives the okay and you brainwash, everyone's going to jump on board like nothing happened. Example, Kamala. Example B, Joe Biden dropping out. Just like you saw everybody go, ah! And then right away, pivot and start pumping the next candidate with no shame, no qualification, no democratic process, no none of it, right? Just how everybody acted like it was normal and they gaslighted you into it, right? Beautiful. If they did that with the dollar and then they made everybody jump to this new money, guess what? What do you think your stocks will be sold in? So all of your dollars would become worthless, but all of your stocks would now be priced in Camela coin. So if we did shift to a new currency or there was a massive failure, you would be protected by owning the assets because they would be valued in the new currency as everybody starts rushing towards it. And as everybody is forced to buy the new currency, you already have assets valued in it. You would benefit off of it. Ta-da! So they would bankrupt millions of Americans? Well, they would blame it on a collapse and then give you a stimulus with Camela coin, and then they would pause mortgages like they already, again, you've already seen like 90% of it. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But again, do I believe this will happen? No. Is this a good movie and am I good at telling stories? Fuck yeah, I am. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Do you have a long term? Do you see it? Because logically, my long term still wins. Logically, I'm protected for any scenario. I have shelter. I have assets in the best country in the world. And that's why this is all answer to would you sell? Would you sell? No, I'm thinking about the future. All of you need to start thinking about the future. We don't know what's going to happen. These people are crazy crackheads as well. At the very least, like I've told you, this is my hedge on society. That's it. We're not going to fall behind. Your wages will not fall behind inflation. You see what I'm saying? All roads lead to the long term. It really does. It really, really. And then again, it's to highlight, like, think there's real value in it. And even if they wanted to change the standard of value, you have an asset that is widely accepted more than cash. Welcome to the stock market, baby. Ooh. You love the long term more than your girlfriend? Well, yeah, that's because your girlfriend is invisible. So the long term, although it's invisible, you could at least withdraw it and get something with it. But I'm sorry, I had to. I know, maybe. I'm sure you have a loving relationship. Mm-hmm. Should you still hold IRM? I mean, if we're going to ask questions like that, the answer is give me your money. You know what I'm saying? So what you should do, if you're not going to hold IRM, you should sell out of it and then PayPal me all of the money that you got. Because I helped you make a crazy gain. And if you're going, just give it to me. And ask me for money 10 years from now. I might give you $1 or something. But just give it to me. That's it. Just give me your money. This is what I was saying. People were trying to ask, like, as we were talking about, like, certain things, and I was like, I don't know where things will go. And I was like, man, if I was like, I'll sell out. Yeah, I'll go full J Lucky. I'm going to just, give me money then. Give me the money. Y'all going to start. I'm going to either waterboard you or I'm going to just tell y'all to keep paying me then. Pay me then. Give me the IRM shares. What are you saying? You crazy. Is there any way to go back to the... Oh, dude. No, there is. No. Bro. No. Dev, great question. I heard this the other day, and it blew my mind because I never really thought about that. Bro, are you ready? There is a way to go back to the gold standard. Yeah. Bro, people are talking about this. It's wild. I used to think it was impossible because the only way you go back to the gold standard, if we went back to a fixed exchange, then trade would collapse. You couldn't fund, again, the balance of payments, the deficits. It wouldn't work because you have a very, very big imbalance. It's too costly for governments to try to do it. And then with the way we have globalism, it wouldn't really, gold standards fixed. You could fix it with another currency, but to gold is limited. Yeah. Bro, that's the answer. Are you ready? People are floating this idea right now. I never thought of it because I think it's crazy. But they're saying we could go to a gold standard again if we reprice the value of gold. And think about it. What's happening to gold right now? Gold is already repricing faster than anyone's expecting. Gold, like I told you, bro, why is it up $500? Again, Kamala is talking a lot of craziness. Even Donald is going to be spending money. Biden already spent my future children's future, but nobody batted an eye. But the bonds and gold, they've been listening. But do you get it? Dude, it's insane. I heard this the other day, and my mind was blown because I never really thought about this. I was like, what? Kind of like a stock split, but pretty much they revalue gold. If gold became $10,000, $20,000 an ounce, well, then maybe we could back up the dollar with gold again because maybe there's enough gold now. You see what I'm saying? There's enough, if the value. So instead of giving, 1 ounce is $25, right? What if 1 ounce was 25,000? Then you'd have to reprice everything. Well, not necessarily. So if you paid attention to yesterday's lesson, depending on fixed or floated, there's two options. Because remember, you could reprice internationally or you could reprice domestically. Don't forget, countries deal with this. Because as the price and the currencies move, you have to either decide, do you want your money to go up or down in foreign exchange and be more expensive or less expensive to trade? Or do you want it to be more along the lines of, who cares what trade has to do, but let's protect internal price stability? So technically, not everything would have to be repriced, but there would be a massive repricing. Yeah. BRICS, can you speak on... BRICS is still kind of nonsense, to be honest with you. Because, again, it doesn't matter if we reprice gold. China already has a lot, but we do too. But then again, like, we would be the ones doing it. We would be the ones saying, hey, we'll exchange dollars at this. But then that way, they could still ban people from it. Because imagine if they repriced it, right? They could reprice the gold, but then you know what they could say? We'll only exchange your gold for dollars or dollars for gold if you support Ukraine. Sorry, Russia. Sorry, Belarus. Sorry, anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Sorry, BRICS. Oh, China, you don't denounce Ukraine? Can't help you. Oh, India, you're still getting that oil? Sorry, can't do nothing about it. You want some of this gold? You want that gold back in? This is what you got to do. Ta-da. But yeah, this is all just tin. That's why I heard this the other day and my mind went. Isn't that crazy? How do you sell covered call? You short a call option. You sell to open. Wouldn't that hurt all the poor countries even more? Democrats don't care about that. They care about optics and how it looks, and then us domestically, but we don't care about the burden we put on the backs of foreign nations. If it's too obvious, then we'll be like, don't do that. But we don't really, nobody gives a shit, sadly. Pretend to care. Okay, I could accept that. All countries will let other countries audit them. No, not really. Because you don't have to. You got to realize that here's the thing. America and its partners. There's a reason why I brought up Ukraine. I'm not talking shit. I brought up the Ukraine thing because that showed how important America and the West are in terms of getting a plan in action. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not like if we didn't have that power and cohesion, nothing would have worked. The point is, if the United States is willing to convert dollars for gold and gold for dollars, that's it. And then if their partners are down to do it, that's it. You're going to attract a majority of the demand, and then they'll bullshit whatever from there. Does that make sense? It'll show who has the gold, but we don't care. Nobody cares about that. All that would matter is that you can take your gold, go into an American exchange, and trade it for dollars. And now you just got the most, and then boom, now you're in the game. It doesn't matter who has the gold or not. Because again, China just started releasing it, but they never did. It doesn't matter who has what. All that would matter, the real big change would be that United States is willing to accept it. That would be one of the biggest shifts since Bretton Woods in the 70s. Yeah. So like I was saying, is this going to happen? No, I don't think it will, but this is a new idea, and it's actually, I don't know, it's new to me. I don't know. This is a first idea that I've heard in a while that I was like, damn, that's crazy. I like it. It's new. It's novel. I haven't really heard anybody discuss it, but I think it's still dog shit. We love fake money and floated exchanges, homie. Don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate it. You heard of it in 2018? No way. I didn't. I did not. Maybe I just didn't pay attention because gold is like repricing. Maybe that's why. That's why I was like, dude, that's I like it. It was a new idea for me. So some chads are saying it's not novel. How much gold does the USG buy each year? I don't know. I don't know if we even have a plan. Probably from Peter Schiff. Thanks for the time and dedication. Sharing for free 99. Man, thank you all to those who don't distract me, who stay in the game and just really make this what it is. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming to my restaurant and not shitting on the floor and not being rowdy and drunk all the time. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy the cooking. I enjoy the ingredients. And I put a lot into it. And to have some of you who enjoy and appreciate it as much as I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you care about the spices. You care about the taste palette. You know what you care about the combinations. Like, mwah. I love you. So thank you as well. And anybody, if that's not you, fuck you. I don't give a shit. That's why I've been at your ass. I've been at your neck. But the people you have no idea how grateful I am for you. Because I love it, and I hope you love it, man. Because it's truly, we live in a great time, and like I'm saying, man, I really hope a lot of you guys are protected. That's what I was saying, man. Like, I used to be sad and have a heart for the people because I was like, I want everybody to have the food. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to be fed and all of it. But no, I said, fuck all that. I don't give a shit now. Man, all my people actually eating. If you hungry, bro, come on. Let me feed you. I'm done, bro. If you want to be begging and asking for food and I offer you food and you say, nah, I want organic, I'm going to say, fuck you. Go ahead. Be homeless. I don't give a shit. That's it. I'm done. I can't even act like I care anymore. You know that? That's it. I had to read my Bible and say, Lord, I can't even pretend to care. Lord, is there something wrong? Did I fail you, Lord? And low key, he's like, nah, homie. He said, warn them once, warn them twice, and then. That's crazy, bro. You know, and then they went. That's it, bro. I had to reinforce my boundaries. That's it. It's funny because, like, do you guys not realize it? If you're new, you think I'm changing. But if you're old, we're just going back to normal. That's the crazy part, bro. That's why they're like, oh, Josh, I don't know, man. I don't know. You different. You this. I don't know. Something wrong with you. Oh, you getting brainwashed by Republic. I'm like, bro, you microdosed. You jacked off 3 times today. You want 14 different supplements, probably on an Adderall, have not worked out, gotten any physical activity, not drinking your ample amounts of water, and you listen to the news all day, not for source, and you want to tell me I have something wrong with me. Okay. Word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out of balance? Okay. Cool. That's what I'm saying. That's all. And I hope all of you, I hope you all can live a balanced, clean life so that you can't get gaslit like that too. That's what I was saying on the philo, but like, that's all it is, man. I do. I hope everybody eats, but not at my table. You could watch me eat, you know. He'll present a table before my enemies, you know. But for real, like I'm saying, just like I'm really all this rant is go to me saying like, dude, I'm just very appreciative to those who enjoy the cooking. So thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I really like for real, and I hope that's why I hope you have fun with me. I hope you laugh. As they think something's going wrong, you can laugh because you know that's it. All I'm done being nice to fake ass fuckers and people who don't want to eat. It's a weird mix of David Goggins and Yash, but unfortunately I don't fuck with you. But the ones who I really fuck with you, bro. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? Let him cook. So, yeah, man. So, get with it. And that's why, but then, too, like, get the long term, man. Because, like I'm saying, if the world get crazy, we don't know what's going to happen, you know? And then we're going to be good to go. Then we going to be good to go. You know what I'm saying? Then that's it. Because then, long term, you will be protected no matter what. And no matter what the world throws at us. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry too, bro. Dude, these like, okay, some of you get mad that I call it prison meals. It's honestly not prison meal. I just called it that because that's what happened when I would have like prearranged meals for like a year or two, and I would only eat like a set amount of calories every day, bro. Little by little, it felt like I was in prison because I would just eat out of a plastic container, and I would get so sick of it. But, oh, dude, it's fire. I'm blessed, bro. You know, don't let my wording, because I'm like, dude, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it, and I feel good so far. But, oh, my gosh. Nothing wrong with Adderall. It helps you concentrate. I mean, there is something wrong with Adderall. It's methamphetamine, dude. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easier for me to, and I want you to understand, okay? It's easier for me to agree with you and move on. Because then I don't have to, you don't get mad at me. You don't talk about it. I don't have to deal with the 70 other fucking wannabe activists who want to prove Josh wrong today or do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, quite simply, it's way easier for me to just agree with you. But the reality is you're telling me it's methamphetamine. I would look up the long-term effects of it, and at the end of the day, it's pharma. That's it, bro. Like, and so you can believe what you want, but I'm not here to fight you. I'm just saying I don't think it's good for you, for anybody. Believe me, naturally, you got a lot in your life, and self-discipline and self-control could go a long, long way. Don't rely on anything. But then again, you have to learn that for yourself. I can't teach it, unfortunately. Stop eating out of plastic. I feel you, bro. I feel you. But that's what I was saying, bro. Like, at the end of the day, and I don't know, man. Let's go. Y'all don't feel me, bro. Because, like, dude, I was just telling you. I was telling you a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I was just saying, bro, it's very, very simple. I was telling you my diet is bad. I'm in shape. I look good. And, like, could I have justified it and found an excuse? Yes. But I was eating very poorly. And I gave you the philo, and I told you it's dangerous. I say what you eat, what you put in your mouth, it's opening up the door for a lack of discipline. And that's what I realized. I kept eating, and I was eating bad meals. And even when my girlfriend would cook for me and it was healthy, I would eat a lot. And I would eat a lot, and I had no control over it, and it was bad. And guess what? Within a week or two, I changed it. That's it. I said, I'm done. I said, give me my boxes back. I'm done. I can't. Nope. You're right, Josh. Philo Josh, because there's Philo Josh and non-Philo Josh, I guess. And I said, you know what? No, I can't do that. I said, it's right. I have to change something. And that's why I'm saying, I hope all of you, bro, like, for real, I don't know what it is. Take fucking control right now. This is what I've been telling you on the Philo. I've been trying to get y'all motivated. I've been trying to give y'all real logical things to understand. And everybody goes on their own time. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, but like, for real, please don't do yourself a disservice by hearing things that are good for you and hearing things that you need to do and that are going to benefit you and then delaying on them. Do you realize that fucks you up in life? I really hope you get it. It hardens your heart. It makes you less disciplined. Every time you say, I need to do, this is better for me, I need to do this, and you don't do it, oh, dude, you're building up a wicked balance, but it makes your hard heart. Okay? So, whatever it is, bro, you are better off being ignorant to what you need to do better than knowing it and not doing it. Do you understand? I have more respect for an ignorant fool. You know that, right? If you're like, man, fuck it. If I was still here, bro, if 2 weeks ago I didn't give you a philo and it didn't click in my heart and in my mind, in my spirit, where I was like, damn, food it could hurt me. Wow, I'm not in control of this like I was. Wow, that's wrong. It's gluttonous. That's wrong. If I didn't feel that way, I would keep eating whatever the fuck I wanted right now. And I wouldn't, and there's no shame. You know why? Because nothing called me. I didn't know better. I didn't seek out better. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't praying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to get better. And I didn't, if I was ignorant, great. No shame. No shame in all of that. You know what I'm saying? But if you know better, and you're like, damn, I need to do that. And you're like, yeah, you're right. No, that's right. And then you don't do it. And then you delay. And then you delay. And then you delay. And then you delay. Then you delay. You keep messing your stuff up. Avanti. What's the point of the gibberish? I yap. You asked me about my girlfriend. Bro, I could roast you so hard. Like your name, your chat facts, and all of it. Okay? I'm just going to ban you. You know what I'm saying? I could, homie, you have no idea, bro. I could, even your last chat facts set you up so bad, and I'm gonna humbly decline, okay? I'm just going to ban you and tell you to go. That's it. This guy, he want to know about my girl. He want everything. He's like, why are you talking about it? That's it. But you know why he started acting out? It's because I said the reality. If you learn something and you know better and you choose not to do it and act on it, you are fucking yourself up. He was asking about my significant other until I said that. Okay? So that's for all of you. You need to really realize it right here, right now. That's what you need to really realize, right? And it's okay, because I'm telling you, this is how I felt. That's why I'm like, bro, I gave you that philo a week or two ago. That's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm gonna be eating out of a box. If I think that's wrong, I can't do it. If I think this is it, I can't do it. Because if I believe in it, and I believe in something, if I believe the long term is gonna change my life, and I don't do it, you trust me, bro, you're going to have more regret than anybody. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, oh, wow, this is good, I need to do it, and you do it right when you know about it, bro, you will be rewarded. Do you get it? Life will reward you. Y'all don't feel, man, stop it. Y'all think God is all bad? Like, stop it. God, life, the world. Bro, do you realize it? Did you not hear the words I just used? I said you will be rewarded. Bro, you will be given a gift. You will be given something for your action by you saying, wow, this will advance me. Wow, this is good. I need this. Wow, I need to do this. And you actually hear it and then act on it. Oh, dude, you're going to get rewarded. But if you know something, you're like, yeah, I need to change that. I need to do it. And you hear it and then you don't do it. It's what's the opposite of rewarded? Punished. It will punish you. I've been punished, bro. I've been punished with a hard heart. I've been punished with regret. Do you not know how much regret is in something that you put off every day, thinking that there's going to be another chance to do it, and then when that moment invariably disappears forever and you'll never get the shot again to do it? That pain is one of the worst pains in human history. Are y'all hearing me? I know I just kind of got into this impromptu philo, but I don't think y'all listening to me right now, man. It's one of the worst pains in life. Are you like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, procrastinate. Oh, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll do it there. I still got time. I got time. I got time to do the long term. Yeah. No. We good. Oh, they still there. We good. But one day you won't be able to. There will be one day. You know what I'm saying? Where that thing that you thought you could do, it's not going to be there. You know? It's in that pain, bro. I don't wish it, even on homie shit talking me. All the people I banned, I don't wish it on them because it's awful. Bro, people clap themselves because of that. You know, dude, it's one of the worst. Again, the Bible even be telling you about that regret. So watch out, okay? That's what I'm saying, bro. Just like, for real, just do it. Just do it, baby. That's why this all started with me smacking the table saying, let's go. Let's fucking go, for real. So I've been saying, let's get on it, all of you. I don't care. If they don't want to do it, then fuck it. They don't want to do it. Who cares? They ain't our friends. And I don't know them. I don't care. Let's go. So, on that note, Chad, I'm going to leave you with that, okay? Very good day today. We brought the energy from 6 a.m. till now. So now we wrap it up, baby. I hope you enjoyed the watch list. I hope you enjoyed your evening. And honestly, man, go get some good rest, okay? Okay? Go get some rest, baby. Go get some rest. We got an interesting day tomorrow. And then we get into it. Then we still got the next couple of days. But be at ease, baby, and be at peace. Remember, bro, you will not be sent on a journey that you will never accomplish, okay? So that thing that's pestering you in the back of your mind that you're trying to answer is for a reason, baby. So be at peace. I go to bed tonight knowing everything is in control, okay? I want you to lay your beautiful little head on that pillow. Imagine how, you know what I'm saying, you little baby? We're all little babies. You know that? We're all little fucking soft-ass babies. You get it? We go every night. We put our little head on a pillow. You know that? We sleep in a bed with little covers. Look how fucking comfortable it is. Do you get it? So recognize it, bro. Randy, when you put your little head on that pillow, be like, wow, everything is in control. We good, baby. We good. You know what I'm saying? We good. I'm sleeping on a bed right now. Wow. I'm about to go to bed and God willing. You know that? God willing, I will wake up tomorrow morning. And I say that, bro, be easy, okay? Because that's good. That's a good feeling. That's what I'm saying. Relax, bro. Don't feed the anxiety. Don't feed all the other thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying? I want you to think on that. Don't think on anything else. Amen. Amen. So, Chad, finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory. You already know the vibes. Thank you again for your time, especially my fellow connoisseurs at the restaurant. I appreciate you. So, Chad, have a good one. Get some good sleep. I'm done for the night. Peace out. Horn. Hey, man, baby. Finger to the sky.